Oh, look at that. Everything's working. Hello, once again, everybody. 21st Century Jedi here, and welcome back. It is a nice, quiet Thursday evening tonight here in the homestead, and my good buddy Foxfire is there once again as well. Happy to see you as always. Um, this might be a bit of a quick stream tonight. I don't know how long we're going to go into it. I have some things I need to do later this evening. They're kind of workish related, but I want to try and at least get this stuff done. But I wanted to at least get this stream in. We'll see how far it goes. So this tonight is for all you Battletech fans out there who remember the old style FASA/Sarna Battletech rules from the 80s and the early 90s. Um, so this game is for those who have played those old BattleTech rules, and we're talking like tabletop style miniature gaming with mechs and uh, ground terrain and stuff, and all sorts of different aspects of it. It's like think Warhammer, but before that, you know. Although Warhammer, I believe, does go back quite a ways. Anyway, this is MechForce. MechForce is a game that I was first introduced to on the Amiga. Now, I never had an Amiga. I had a good buddy of mine who had one, and he introduced me to that as well as this game. Um, and I'm actually chatting with him right now. I'm texting him over the phone here. Um, so he introduced me to this back in the early 90s when I was in college. Um, the Amiga 500, I don't have a lot of information on that. It was a successor to the Commodore 64 and the Commodore 128. It was designed to be a more powerful computer. They had different versions of it. I think they had the Amiga 500, the Amiga 1000, and I think they had an Amiga 3000. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Amigas. I never had one. Around the time that Amigas were really, getting into their stride in the late 80s and early 90s, I had moved over from Commodores over to the PC world, and I'd started to build my own, PC computer. Your IBM clone, and throwing Windows 3.1 on it back then. So that was the path that my life took. Uh, but I kind of wish I had done a little bit more in Amiga because it's really a pretty cool computer system for the time. Like I said, this is like late 80s, early 90s, and it could really do a lot at the time. And it was like you can see here, it had a graphical user interface. It wasn't your standard Commodore 64, type in lines of text or type in a command to load your program type of thing. It had an actual like Windows style interface here, as you can see. They had these things called workbenches, which you could, depending on how you loaded up the computer and how you configured the computer to load up with, depending on the hard disk you had in there as well. Um, you could bring up these various workbenches that would show these things tiled up as you see it here. And this one is predefined as the MechForce workbench. Okay. MechForce, like I said, Battletech style stuff. Anybody who's played the old Battletech rules, the FASA rules, or who remembers how those things were configured, will understand this quite quickly. It'll be readily apparent to you. Even if you have never played Battletech before, if you've played games like Mech Warrior Online, if you played any of the Mech Warrior games, or if you've played the BattleTech game in that's on Steam right now, it's the turn-based one. All of that traces its lineage back to the original BattleTech rules, the FASA BattleTech rules. So you'll see a lot of the very similar nomenclature, things being the way they are, and the structure of the game and stuff. This is it's a turn-based version of what you see online and what video games produce today for like your MechWarrior games and such. So Easy to pick up. If you've played any of those games, you'll probably recognize this. I apologize for the flickering on this. I'm not sure I have any control over it. It is the WinUAE um, emulator that I'm using. I have not used this in a long time. I haven't checked to see if there's any updates and stuff. And I'll introduce one more caveat before we begin this. If this crashes on me for some reason and I can't get this thing to stay, functional, our plan B tonight will be I'll wrap the stream up. We'll do a little Empire at War. I'll show you how much progress I've made since the last time and where we're trying to strike out to next. So anyway, so this is it. Uh, let's see where to begin. Now you can do some things here. There's the configure, they call it config ed, which is to show you like where you can find all your um, files and stuff. So if your mechs, your warriors, units, and so on. This is just to configure the workbench basically. Um, you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm the way that they do the mouse in this. You see this red pointer here. I actually have to right click and then select the item with the right click instead of the left click. So if I mess that up a couple times, you'll understand why. Um, you have combat orders. You can actually define your own combat orders or your own scenarios basically for when you go into battle. They have a lot of different scenarios that you'll see here. One of my favorites that I remember playing was called The Last Can of Coke. Um, the idea was that the last can of Coke was somewhere in this map or something like that, and your force had to go and grab it and take it back to the other side of the map before the other team could. The funny thing about that is that you actually had to have a mech with hands. And as you'll see in a moment, you can actually make mechs without hands to, customize them and put big weapons on and such. And it's a choice, but you can, certainly do that. In certain scenarios, it's okay. In other scenarios, not so much. So let's do the warrior. Let's try and mess with this a little bit. So what you do here is the idea behind MechForce is that you can use this game kind of like a it's kind of like a cross between or a hybrid between tabletop play, like you would with normal Battletech, and then fully playing it within the computer. And what I mean by that is this program and this workbench, everything in here will take care of like your mech warriors, your battle mechs, the fighting, the combat scenarios. It keeps track of your skills. It keeps track of if you have a company or a unit of mechs with mech warriors, and like it's an organized unit, like a mercenary unit of mechs and battle techs. I'm sorry, battle mechs and warriors and technicians and all that. It kind of helps you organize all the logistical stuff, but it will not do anything beyond those aspects I just described. So as you can see here, there are skills that your mech warrior can learn, like using a bow or a blade, using a computer, interrogation. None of those skills matter in this, in the actual MechForce game. Okay, they may matter if you and your buddies are playing BattleTech on the side using this as it's kind of like the emulator for it. But it won't really help you. So if you really want to lean into just the mech force aspect of it, most of the skills, most of the other things you can kind of ignore, and you can fully lean in on making yourself like a great warrior, fully skilled and having an awesome battle mech and everything like that. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and we'll start a new player. You can make a new NPC that you can fill into an NPC unit, and you can be a part of that unit. It changes the rules a little bit as to like how you progress and stuff. But the first thing you do is you roll for your starting character points. You want higher is better. What do we get? 165. Not that great, but we'll take it. All right, so we need to pick a name. I'll call this 21 CJ. You can be male or female. I don't know what I'm selecting here. It's not exactly clear. I'm going to take male. I don't know. I hope that's, well, it doesn't really matter. Who cares? What? 21 CJ. And done. Why is it not taking the name? All right, it took it that time. This game gets a little wonky sometimes. I remember seeing this a long time ago where you try and enter things and it doesn't quite take. So it's good to check things here. So, all right, so what we can do, we have to pick some different things. Um, you buy your character attributes, your initial skills. You determine if you get an initial starting mech or not. You could choose what's called the Academy package, which saves you points and gets you a package of skills at certain levels. Not bad. It's actually saves you points, but that's only good if you are going to play the full game, which is outside of MechForce, right? If you don't, if you're just simply playing this within MechForce, the Academy package is kind of a waste because they'll put their points in skills you'll never use. Okay. You can have a personal affiliation if you're a mercenary. You may join one of the houses of the Inner Sphere, or you might join a mercenary unit, or just make your own mercenary unit. And that's what the Join Combat Mech unit can also help you to do, is to put you into an existing unit within MechForce. Anyway, let's go to character attributes. The big abilities for a mech warrior is going to be dexterity and learn ability. So we're going to put some points into those. And for the initial skills, we're going to want gunnery mech. We're going to throw at least level 4 there. Piloting mech, we definitely want. We have 10 character points left. Can't really do too much on either of those. These are really the only two skills you truly need. Uh, the rest of them, unless you plan on being a battle mech pilot slash, mech tech that repairs the battle mechs, you don't need technician typically. Survival might be the only other one, but that's really it. You're never going to use things like brawling. You're not going to use gunnery artillery, gunnery aerospace, unless there's aspects of the game I'm not familiar with that you can use those in. But typically you don't. So I'm going to throw one into survival. Can I even do that? Nope, can't. So we will leave it alone. And now we've got buy roll for mech. We can't really do anything with that. Let's roll. We got a 40-ton mech. Okay. So now it's going to load the available mechs, and these are the ones that are available at 40 tons. Let's see. I don't remember too much about which mechs are good and which ones aren't. The cicadas, I remember having a cicada in MechWarrior Online that was loaded with 6 medium lasers. That was actually a very cool mech because you could run really fast with it. Uh, but I don't think we can do that with this one. We could take a Clint. We could take a Strider or a Vulcan. This is going to be tricky. The choice here is everything. So what are we going to take here? Let's take... I should actually grab my book if I have a moment here. You know what? Give me one moment. Let me see if I've got my book. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, and I have a little show and tell for you all. So, I do have all of my Battletech books, and I'll show you some of them here just so you can see. I have the old Mech Warrior book, which is it covers a lot of what we're doing right this second here about building your own Mech Warrior, the powers that you can join, the major and minor powers, the mercenary companies, historical overview, equipment, weapons, all the things like that. So it's really good source material to use for Mech Warrior stuff. The Battletech stuff, this one right here is the Battletech Compendium, and this one again, these are all FASA based, so these give you the rules, different equipment and weapons for your Battletech. I'm sorry, your battle mechs. I'm going to make that mistake so many times tonight. They have some interesting things about preparing your miniatures. I don't know if you could see that or not, but you can actually, had painting uh, tips and tricks for, painting your BattleTech miniatures and making your terrain and stuff like that. Uh, they have the BattleTech Tactical Handbook. This was good for like when you were setting up your own units and you would have specific logistical things you do, some tactics you would work with, additional tech. Um, Other game notes and things like that for rules. And then lastly, the one I was really looking for here is the technical readout from this Battletech Return of Kerensky. This has most of the battle mechs that are listed here. Not all of them. It's going to skimp on a lot of them here, but we're going to go into the medium mechs, and I'll show you just an example. One of the first ones you see on the list is an assassin. Right here, if you can see on, I believe it's this page right here, you can actually see, got my camera's a little backwards tonight, but you could see that's what an assassin kind of looks like. Let's see if I can make it better. There you go. You can see that's what an assassin looks like, and it gives you all the specs and the description of like the history of the battle mech and how it was built and what are some of the common things people changed in and out of it and such. So what I hope to do here is just to make a quick look of what I might be getting into for each mech. All I'm doing is really looking at the weapons. So let's see, an assassin, medium pulse laser, LRM-5, Artemis 4 fire control. I don't think they even have that. That doesn't look very good. Cicada, medium lasers, AC5 Ultra. No hands, though. That's another issue. It's probably a knock against the Cicada. The Clint does have a hand. It has a PPC. That's interesting. I kind of like that idea. Clint might be the early leader if that's the correct one I'm looking at. Which one is this model? This is the Clint 2-3U. Yes, it's on there. So there's one in the third row. Second column, third row is the Clint 2-3U. This is what it looks like. Okay. And it's got, like, if you could see over there on the other arm there, it's got a cannon for an arm, basically. It's a extended range PPC with some medium lasers, which is really my bread and butter. I like having energy weapons on my mechs whenever possible. The Hermes 2 is an AC5 Ultra with a flamer and a medium pulse laser. You do have heat in this game, and it does work. We have seen it work pretty well in the past, so that's not terrible. I kind of like the Clint, actually. The Sentinel's kind of goofy looking, actually. It's got an AC5 Ultra, SRM2, a medium laser. The Vulcan, large pulse, medium pulse, flamer, machine gun, and jump jets. Not bad. And the Whitworth, LRM-10. It's basically a long-range mech with a medium laser. And that's it. That's about all I have that I can look at. I was going to ask if you had to worry about heat. Absolutely, and I'll tell you why. One of the funny things that my compatriots would do back in the days when we were messing around with these things in college, like I said, you can make your own mechs, and I'll show you that in just a second. Let me just take the Clint 2-3U to make this an easy thing here. We'll stay as personal affiliation is fine, and we'll just do done save. No, we don't want to set that. Okay, so that's done. Let me finish my story, and then I'm going to go back. We're going to stay in the MechWarrior thing for one more moment because I have to make one more person in here. Back when my friends would, I mean, we would just mess around with this game. Like if we weren't at classes and we weren't like doing some other activities and such, and we were hanging in the dorm, probably one of us or a bunch of us were hanging around my friend's Amiga, assuming it was free. He'd load it up for us, and we'd all kind of hang out. One of us would be messing around making a mech. Another person would like take a turn. They'd make their own mech, and then we'd save them, and then we'd try and put them onto our mech warriors and such, and whatever. So one of the mechs that I remember they made was called the Flaming Fart. Okay. It was a mech. It was like a 20-ton, very light, fast mech. Okay. Uh, they actually stripped some structure off of, if I recall correctly. They stripped structure off of it and gave it a very, very minimal amount of armor. The idea was they wanted to cram the biggest engine they could in there, because putting a bigger engine in a mech, according to these rules, makes it go faster, makes it travel greater distances, which works to your advantage in the game because the more your mech moves, the harder you are to hit. Okay. Uh, the other part of this is that they actually, the reason why they call it the Flaming Fart, they put nothing on it but flamers. Okay. So the idea of a flamer is it's like you can imagine, it's a flamethrower basically on your mech. You load up with a bunch of those, and I think what it used to do was it would generate either 1 heat or 3 heat for you internally, but it would also generate the same amount of heat for the person that you hit. So if you have a good pilot with a bunch of flamers who can run up in this mech right up close to the enemy mech, fire all the flamers at once, basically alpha strike with them, they basically overheat the enemy mech to the point where they can't really do much. They either have to shut down or they explode, basically. So it was actually a pretty interesting tactic, and I did see it work a couple times. But if you weren't careful, again, they were very lightly armored mechs, so it would just crumble like tinfoil if you weren't careful. So let's make. I'm going to make a technician just so we can have one for our unit. Starting character points. Wow, a lot of good starting character points there. So technician name, we're going to make this Dimble. Character, you really only need learn. So we're going to give you a bunch of learn. You're not going to really be a pilot, so you're really only going to be a technician, I think. So we're going to give you that. Engineering, we need engineering too. That's fair. Because engineering allows you to, if you want to modify a mech, like say you want to change a weapon out on a mech that it didn't have before, like by default, that's an engineering role as opposed to a technician role, which is just focused on repairing the mechs. And that's what we want to have, is really you want to have a good technician because we can't really do much else, can we? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There we go. All right, done. So again, with the technician, you want to have at least one good technician in your unit that can repair the mechs, right? So again, this is just setting up a technician, and he's going to be the one who fixes our mech after battle, replace the armor, replace the internal structure, fix the weapons, do all that stuff. So let's save this. No, we don't set a house affiliation. All right, and now we're going to quit out of this. Oh, we have to make a unit. That's right. So we'll make a new player unit. I'll take this guy. We'll load him in there. Yeah, I'm not actually dead. It's just because I haven't played. Oh, at least 2 million C-bills to start a unit, huh? Well, that's a bummer. Uh, ugh. New NPC unit, maybe? Nah, I don't want to do that. You don't even need to do it. You know what? Heck with it. Let me show you the next aspect of this. So here is the Battletech factory. This is what we would do is we would go into this and just spend hours just making our own mechs to see what we could create. So, some crafty stuff. You could do like four-legged mechs. You could do, crazy technologies depending on what you had. So let's say we did like, a new mech here. Let's give it a weight. I don't know. Let's go big. Let's make it a 100-ton mech. And speed. We want it to have speed. So whoops. So hard to work with this thing. Do want it to have like a 4-6 walk run, so we'll do that. Let's say we wanted to put um, let's put a weapon on there. We could do an autocannon 20, which is one of my favorite guns. 20 points of damage. It's basically a headshot. One headshot. You know, dead type of a weapon. You can literally take any mech's head off with that gun. I used to love using it in MechWarrior Online with a Hunchback. Um, love using it on other games as well. So let's say we wanted to have an AC-20. Now we have to tell it where we want to mount it. And the game is smart enough to know, like, hey, you can't fit this thing anywhere else because it has certain amount of critical slots, right? So we can mount it, say, in the right torso. It has 10 critical slots, and the ammo also takes a slot as well. So you have to have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All this is the autocannon 20 in my right torso, right? You can, like I mentioned before, you can modify these mechs. So you could actually change the hands and arms, so you can like drop the hand on the right arm, or you can take the right arm off altogether, and then you could unmount this and then mount this over, say, to the right arm. Now, see, because the game's smart enough to know whether or not the thing will fit, tonnage wise and crit wise. So each weapon or jump jet or whatever takes a certain number of critical slots internally in your mech. You only have so many that you can play with, right? Um, if I wanted to, let's see, put more weapons on, let's say I wanted to throw on a LRM-10, maybe, I don't know, well, let's hold up. Let's go with Star League weapons as well. Star League, we've got Ultra AC-5, LBX autocan, the Gauss rifles are nice. Streak SRMs, anti-missile system is good. ER large laser, that's one of my favorites. We throw that on there. We only have 4.5 tons of weight right now, so it's obviously a messed up build here. We certainly wouldn't want to go live with this. And then we can start throwing armor on it. We start adding the armor. We want to max up on the head. We start setting these sliders to start putting armor on each of the areas of the mech, and it starts eating up tonnage. And already we've already gone over our available weight tonnage, so we're going to have to correct that. But yeah, so this is just basically you could, create your own mech. You could change the icon. What else could you do? Construction. Oh, you could put certain things like these are certain options you could put into the mech to enhance it. Like for example, case is I think it's called cellular ammunition storage equipment or something like that. It basically means that if you had a ammo explosion inside your mech, it doesn't completely destroy your mech. It basically just blows out wherever section the ammo stored in is that section's going to be destroyed, but nothing else. Which is it can really save your mech if you use it right. But each of these things does take up critical slots, like ferrofibrous armor. If we were to turn that on, excuse me, um, it's supposed to take up slots. I guess it does. but it doesn't. I guess it's already part of. There's some slots that are already internal, and I guess the game already accounts for those. So if we did something like endo steel as well, yeah, it still doesn't. Oh, I see. It's counting down here. These are the available crits. So don't look at this. Look at this. It's saying, oh, I only have 5 critical slots I can actually use. So we'll take off endo steel, let's say. A lot of these other ones are pretty cool. Let's see, equipment. You get a fire control system. The Beagle Active Probe. These are again all. I don't know if how many of these would actually play in the game or not, but they are available. So I don't know if the game takes complete accounting of all these things, but it may. If it did, that's pretty impressive, actually. You know. What else you could do? You could change the mech image. You know, you could. Let's say I wanted to make it look like this guy, right? That's a side profile of a marauder. You know, maybe that's what I want it to kind of look like. So that gives you the icon, what it's going to look like on the map, you know. And lastly, you could classify it. This just tells you what kind of a mech it's going to be. Um, it's going to be an assault mech, so it's going to be up close. Or I'm sorry, not up close. It's going to be a super heavy mech, basically assault, and it's going to be general support. So it's going to have the combination of upfront close punch with the autocannon, plus the long range abilities of the ER large laser and the LRM-10. So that's what it kind of classifies that for you, so you understand what the mech should be used for and what it should not be used for. And it also lastly gives you how much it will cost your unit if you try to buy this thing outright. So your unit's going to have to save up that much cash so it can actually build this mech and put it in your unit. Anyway, so that's that. Let's go ahead and see if we can get into combat. Let's take Arena Challenge. Side A, Team 1, Scene 2. This is M or, okay, you can't have computer control of both sides, right, I know. So, usually just take M and then C is the computer. So now it's going to make a hex map of the terrain for this arena fight. And, you have to pick the mech warrior that you have, which we have to, this is going to be fun. Oh, how do I get back up? Is it this one? Oh, I don't remember where it is. Oh, warriors. Here we go. I'll take my guy here and we'll load him and then we'll say done. Oh, I got to be done here first. And be done here. House Davian is sponsoring the Challenger. Roll for initiative. 34. Bet on combat, even odds. Sure. How much do we want to bet? We have 53,000 C-bills in our personal wallet, basically. I'm going to bet it all. Because why not? We don't plan on doing much. Oops. I tried to bet it all and it just didn't let me do it. Okay, so. Cancel. I don't want to attack. I want to call move. Wait on move. Okay, so the interface of this is a little bit funny, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty cool. So you have your movement commands: walk, run, jump, turn, stand, wait. You can actually wait for certain events to occur in the game here, and then your mech can take effect here. You can actually do something, right? So we're going to, let's see, we've got some slippery terrain over here. I don't think we can jump, can we? That's interesting. We have water to travel through. Every time we have to travel through some very difficult terrain, like water or ice or something like that, we may have to make a piloting skill roll, and if we fail that, the mech will fall down most likely. So we're going to try to, I'm going to run to the right and go over this area real quick. So we'll turn right, wait on move, and then we're going to run, wait on move. So the game keeps track of this in terms of ticks here. We can see the enemy mech now. If you travel through water, can they help you cool off and decrease heat? I believe it can, actually, yes. At least from the original rules, it used to be able to do that. I think the game takes that into account as well. But yeah, it takes the time of the game and how it's measuring what's happening is done through these little ticks here, or seconds, or whatever you want to call them. So as you see that number increase, certain things will happen based on like the events happening, what you've chosen to do versus what your opponent has chosen to do. Can we options identify? Let's identify this dude. It's a dragonfly. Let's display it. Excuse me. So it's let's see, piloting skill 4, gunnery skill 5, Fensu. You can see his heat status. I don't think you can see his weapons, maybe. But you can see like in game timing, like okay, where is it going to land? So his the current time is 26. The next move will happen on tick 29. Next attack will happen on tick 34. It's jumping to the west and so on. So it gives you some idea. How do I get out of this now? Oh, you can do combat, right? Structure, combat. Structure, this is what it has for structure. It's not very heavily armored. Then again, I might not be either. Weapons, it's got... Oh, it's a clan mech. How's a clan mech being sponsored by House Davian? That's crazy. Anyway, it's got clan SRM-4, clan machine gun, clan anti-missile, clan medium pulse lasers. And it looks like the right arm is going to be the deadly one. We want to try and take out their right arm as much as possible. If we can aim shots, we can try and do that, because that's going to take the most damage there. Everything else I'm not so worried about. Incidentally, for those who are not familiar, clan weapons in general are better than inner sphere weapons, which I have. So right away, I'm already at a slight disadvantage. Status, targeting vulnerable, snark status clear. Okay, we're going to say done. Click here to cancel. Get out of that. Okay, so we're going to let's swivel left. Let's try ERPPC. Run. I want to aim at you, my friend. Too far away. Okay, so weapon, nothing else we can really do. We can use punches and kicks. You can do like 2 punches and a kick in a turn if you're right next to the other mech. Those are sometimes really good to do if you have nothing else. If your weapons are knocked out, they do some decent damage if you punch and kick. You can knock mechs off from a top, like a tall, rock formation, and they actually will tumble down the hill, things like that. On move. So he's jumping that way. I could do the same, but I'm going to keep running. Try and get a little closer here. Weapon, let's try to use the PPC. I don't know if it's going to work. I forget the range and hexes. Wait on move. We'll try jumping. Oh boy. East. Weapon. No, fire this guy. Yep, try and hit him. Too hard to hit. So even if it's within range, sometimes the game will figure out like based on how much it's moved versus how much you've moved, terrain modifiers and things like that, it may determine that the total number you need to hit the thing is far greater than what you could possibly roll on the dice. So wait on the move. Keep jumping east. Wait on move. I'm going to rotate to face him. East. Weapon. Let's try and fire in the air here. All right. So we have a shot at him. Here's the thing, though. Battletech, the original Battletech, is based off rolling 2d6. So the max number you can get on any roll is a 12. Okay. If it's telling me I need a 12 to hit him, it's not worth me to try and fire the PPC. Chances are I'm going to miss, and it's going to build up heat in my mech, which I'm already kind of building it up using the jump jets. So I'm going to pass on it. Although I could try to modify. Well, I don't have anything to modify it with, so we'll pass. Wait on the move. I want to go southeast, I think. I'm going to keep checking to see if like this number gets down any lower than 12. Pass on that again. Wait on move. Oh, he fell down. He made a piloting skill check. I saw it briefly. It said, check was a 6 or better. He rolled a 2. So he must have rolled snake eyes. So he fell down. Come on. What's going on here? Are you going to do something? Break move. Nope. It's supposed to tell me what happens here. What happened? Come on, do something. Oh, this is frustrating. I was hoping to fire a weapon here. Oh, poodoo. I can't fix this. Rats. What's supposed to happen is he's supposed to fall down and probably took some damage, but usually I click in this window here and it's supposed to do something. It's supposed to roll over, but it's not. All right, we're gonna quit, please. That stinks. I can't get out of this now. Break attack, break move. Can't do anything. That's bad. Okay, bear with me. I will be right back. I'm gonna restart this. Okay, I'm back, and we're going to try this again. We're going to go again with the Arena Challenge. Team 1, Team 2. So I think the reason why we're seeing a lot of like this crazy display flickering and the extra hexes on the bottom and stuff is because I don't really have this thing optimized for what the actual Amiga resolution would have been. I'm just kind of winging this tonight. I think if we had, if I had taken the time to really go a little bit deeper into this, tested this further, maybe even upgraded the emulator, it probably would behave a little bit better than this. So let's change to the Warrior again. This time we take you, load them in. Oh, come on. I got to get him out of combat. Hold on. Done. Yeah, I know. Crap. I can't get out of this one, can I? He's already in combat. Yeah. All right, just give me one of these guys. Who cares? Oh boy. Can I even get out of this now? Quick game, yes. Jeez, this thing really doesn't know how to exit gracefully, does it? Ugh, this is frustrating. Nothing's working. Ah, here we go. Try again. Arena. Boom. 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 This does make me miss the days of MechWarrior Online a little bit. I did enjoy playing that game for a long time. It was my first. Oops, I did this again. I shouldn't have done this. Hold on. I gotta go ahead and fix this again. I'm just gonna pick this guy. Yeah, quit. So the way to fix this is to go to the warrior and then update your guy and get him out of combat. He still has out on patrol. Bring back to base. Still has his cash. Done save. All right, let's quit this. Back to mech combat. Arena challenge. Try this again. I did play MechWarrior Online for a number of years. It was my first introduction to the idea that a game could be free to play, but people would actually pay the price of a full-fledged game, like $50, just to have a mech inside the game, like a special mech of some sort, which was really weird for me at the time. It's like I couldn't justify the cost of paying $50. Again, the price of a full-fledged, top-rated game on Steam or somewhere else, just to buy one single mech that may or may not really help you in your online matches. It's just because you liked it. And there are even more expensive options than that too. It's the same thing with World of Warships. They have the same model. When you saw me play World of Warships, there are ships out there that they cost as much as $100 for their packages. Um, but the game itself is free to play. And it's as somebody who's more old school in terms of like you buy the game, you play the game, you buy the game, you play the game. This whole model of going the other way with it, I don't know. I'm not sure I really ever will like it, and really totally embrace it. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I oh sure, why not? Done. Yep, the Korea to sponsor the Challenger. We'll roll for initiative. Yeah, we'll bet on combat. Let's see if we can bet as much money as possible here. Not that it's going to matter. Got to be a little more delicate with these older computers, huh? One of my favorite mechs in MechWarrior Online was my Jaeger mech. I had a Jaeger mech. I forget which version of it was, but it was basically allowed me to. Hey, Zaldra, how's it going, man? The battle mech allowed me to mount 4 large lasers on the thing and not much else. I had to account for like extra heat and everything. I tweaked that thing to suit my style basically. It was a good front heavy armor, 4 large lasers, extra, extended range large lasers. And what I would do, I would use that as a sniper mech. I would walk out on the map, and as I would walk out, if I could even like see just a little hint of a mech, I'd shoot at it, just to, you know, touch it with my lasers. It wouldn't do a ton of damage. It'd be like doing maybe a point or two of damage here, but they wouldn't be able to hit me most likely. So I would just, ping, 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 and start wearing down their armor. Or if I could get myself into a position that was a good sniper shot, I would go ahead and start unloading on somebody when they couldn't see me, and then I'd, duck out of the way. Have you tried out any mods? I'm assuming you're talking about Empire at War. Yeah. No, I have not. I was working on the previous campaign that I did in the previous stream. I have managed in that campaign to branch out from Hoth and capture, I think, a half a dozen planets. I know Utapau, Mustafar, Naboo, um, what else? Tatooine. Yeah, I mean that's 5 or 6 planets I think I had in there, and I've actually managed to level up to Tech 5. I'm close to getting to Tech 6. The next step in my campaign for that's going to be to roll over to Bespin, try and take over Bespin, and then try to jump to Sullust, take over Sullust. That's when I'll have the ability to build the Mon Calamari cruisers, which to me is the end game. If I can build Mon Calamari cruisers and I can build level 5 space stations and stack at least one cruiser at each of those, level 5 space stations, game over. No one's kicking me out of that. They could bring a fleet of 50 star destroyers. Now chances are I'll be able to hold them off. Just my own experience with it. So, all right. I don't know if the Empire will get SSD or not. Um, they do get the hero star destroyers. I know that. They don't usually get superstar destroyers. I don't think they get the big ones, but not the super ones. At least in the vanilla game. Like I said, I would like to try, at least one of the mods someday. I have to devote some time to it. And lately, my time is so limited. There's so many things. One of the things I've been getting back into was Elite Dangerous. I've been jumping into that a lot this week because now they have colonization. And colonization is pretty interesting because now you can actually claim a system as your own. Spend the credits on, claiming it, and then build your own space stations and settlements and stuff. The stuff that we've been, constantly docking with and, visiting in the game. Now we can make a system to have all that stuff of our very own. And like I mentioned before, in Elite Dangerous, there's like 4 billion systems that we've only discovered maybe 1% of all of them in the 8 years plus it's been out. So it's literally an open sandbox. You could do just about anything you want with it. There's loads of opportunity, which is why I wanted to jump back into it. What are we going against today? This looks like a Vulcan. Yeah, let's display that. He looks like a good gunner, I think. If that gunnery skill is correct, I don't know. He's a 4.2. He might be a good gunner. I can't tell. I don't remember if high number is better or lower number is better there. He's got 4 medium lasers, 3 on the right torso, 1 on the left, a machine gun, and a flamer. So we want to try and stay far away from him if we can, but also make sure that we don't get hit either, because those lasers will do damage to us. So again, we're looking right torso. Left torso has ammo in it, which we can blow up. That's just the machine gun ammo, though. But machine gun ammo does crit quite a lot. So, all right. Let's. What I think I want to do is I want to run up on top of this mountain over here, get to maybe this square, and start just firing at them. So we're gonna turn right, wait on move. We're gonna run, wait on move. Keep running, wait on the move. We're going to keep an eye on where he's going. See, he's going this way now. Let's see. Run, wait on move. Now we see him jumping. Run, wait on move. Now, do I want to jump or do I want to just run up there? I think I just want to run up there. You try and avoid doing piloting role skill checks if you can help it. Like, we could jump up to the top of that mountain, maybe get there a little faster, but then I might have to roll a piloting check just to land, and if I fail that, I could fall off the mountain. So I'm going to play it safe. We're going to run forward. Okay, he landed somewhere. He had made a skill check, and he didn't fall, so that's good. All right, we're up here. Keep running forward. We're on the high ground now. There he is. Now he's jumping, which makes him a little bit more difficult to hit. We're going to turn right, swivel left. Let's try a weapon. I don't think we're going to be able to hit him, but let's just see if we get lucky. We can't. We have to pass. Turn, swivel left. Weapon. Try again. Is it going to take the swivel this time? Yes. We're going to run. Try to fire. He's too hard to hit. So we'll wait on the move. We're going to turn left. Oh, by the way, the swivel is your torso swiveling. So your mech can actually swivel left or swivel right, and it allows you a different firing arc. So as you're turning and running one direction, you could be shooting in a slightly different direction. Can make the big difference if you want to be able to hit somebody or not. So let's keep trying. Fire weapons. Oh, he had a skill check. He made that. Let's run again. Wait on move. There you are. I'm gonna wait on weapon. These other things like on heat, you can wait till your heat gets down to a certain level before you take an action. You can wait on the recycling of a weapon. Like if all you want to do is fire one single weapon at him while he's at a certain range, you can wait for the recycling of that weapon. There are other ways on time, on call, and other things like that. It's all about how you want to manage these ticks up here. As you play the game more and more, you get better at being able to manage that time down to, excuse me, exactly when you need to fire it before he takes an action. This might be good. Let's fire that. Yep, gonna fire. Oh, he's firing his medium laser at me. And the game froze up again. That's a bummer. All right. Clear this game does not want to play nice tonight. Darn it. All right. rather than tinker around with this, I think I'm just going to switch over to Empire at War. Yep. Give me one moment. I'll switch over to that, and we'll finish the night off with Empire at War. So I'll be right back. Oh dear goodness. Bear with me. Let me fix the display. Apologize for that. Been switching things around a little bit too much lately. There we go. That'll do. Okay. So, apologize for that. Honestly, just to wrap that MechForce game up, it is a fun game if you like the old style BattleTech and you want to have an automated way of playing it by yourself. Um, it's definitely worth a look. It's abandonware by now. You can find it online. You can find the Amiga Kickstart ROMs out there. All the WinUAE emulator. If you played that sort of thing before, if you remember playing with Amigas and you want to try that out, I do recommend it. Again, the game can be a little janky, as you saw. I think part of it was just I didn't tinker around with the display settings long enough. I feel like maybe the double scan rate might have been throwing it off. Um, but either way, it's worth checking out if you really embraced or liked playing BattleTech from the old days, and you want to have an automated way of doing it turn-based. That's not like the modern style BattleTech you see in Steam, and it's not like the MechWarrior Online stuff. It's a fun one to try. I really wish they would make a remake of that one that was a little bit more modern, but still had the same turn-based rules and all that stuff. Because I think the system itself is very complex and very detailed enough that you can have a lot of fun with it. And that's why they keep making BattleTech games. They keep making, like I said, BattleTech expansions to the BattleTech game, the MechWarrior games. They have the MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and also now they have the Clan one coming out. That universe will never go away. It's just like Warhammer and World of Warcraft, all the others. They just keep building more and more because they're still popular. So anyway, um, oh yes, the sixth one I forgot was Vergesso Asteroids. This one, I wanted to tell our mutual friend who just jumped into this game, this system is awesome. 25% damage bonus by just owning that system. And it's a little difficult to hold because you have to have a space base there. You can't have any ground stuff, but 25% damage bonus from your X and Y wings, not to mention A wings as well. Um, Early game like this, when all you're doing is using Y wings and X wings and throwing them one after the other in the grind just to try and beat the opponent, this system is huge. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So you definitely want to try and get your hands on that and hold it. Anyway, as you can see, we're Tech 5. Got a load of heroes now. We have, again, we have Ramus Antilles still here with Han and Chewie. Yoda's with us now. Luke Skywalker's with us now. Obi-Wan, Mon Mothma, Garmbel Iblis, Admiral Akbar, C-3PO and R2-D2, and of course we have Wedge and Rogue Squadron. So this is our main fleet. We did take a hit from taking on Tatooine and holding it, but we're trying to rebuild it now. We've got scattering of ships right now. We do want to try and add some more assault frigates and some Nebulon B frigates if we can, but what my push is for now is to take. I want to take Bespin, ideally, I think. Iriadu's an option, but I think Bespin's going to be the best one in terms of money. It's 130 credit rating on the planet itself, you can see there. Iriadu's only 85. And I'm not bothering with Dagobah until I get everything around it. Then I could just sweep that up and keep it. But my plan now is to take Bespin and then jump hopefully straight to Sullust, maybe. Although it doesn't even look like I can get to Sullust from here. Let me just check something real quick. If I sneak over here, I can't get to Sullust. Interesting. Oh, that changes things. So I kind of have to go Iriadu. Oh, we just got something. Oh, Tatooine just got corruption. So let's go ahead and take Yoda. Drop him there. Get rid of that corruption. All right. I try and keep my planets clean from corruption as much as possible and try to keep as... Oh, dear. Let's get you out of there. All right, we saved Yoda. This is a tiny fleet. What are they even doing? Well, we do have a space station, level 2. It's the max we have there. And you can tell him tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So we ought to be able to win this battle pretty easily. Let's go take him out. What I want to do really is keep all of my fleet down here in reserve if I can. We're going to just retreat them all back here if we can. Han and Chewie are going to be the ones to lead this fight. The reason why I'm retreating these guys back is because I really don't want to lose these units and have to rebuild them. The ones with the white flags, these are the ones that are expendable. So we're going to use them. We'll probably bring in Akbar to kind of close the deal on some of these things. There's only 3 ships. Under attack? Oh, it's up there. Okay. Han, go get him. Okay, you. Go get him. That's the other thing about the Zon Consortium. They get Rebel and what is it? Rebel and Empire technology, so they can have things like TIE fighters or A-wings or something like that. Yeah, get them. Where are you guys going? What are you shooting at? He's down here apparently. Come on, show yourself. Well, we could do a thing here. I don't know. Nah, they're already retreating. Never mind. Bye. That's fine. Another one coming in at Tatooine. Okay. Ooh, this time a lot more coming our way. Oh, this is going to be a... Well, let's take a look at this. All right. Of those ships there, the only ones I'm worried about are the ×5s of the bombers and the... I forget what they're called. They're pretty decent-sized cruisers. The rest of those guys don't really scare me. They're not big ships. So we should be able to, again, beat this one fairly handily. Earlier, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I took on a battle where they had like 53 of those stupid little fighter squadrons and 16 of the cruisers. It was I won. I took some losses, but I definitely won it and beat them out, you know. But you don't like fighting those battles because they take forever. Let's get you ready. Let's get you ready. Bring you back in. Bring you back in. Get him, boys. Get him. Yeah, hit him. Where are you going? Let's see. Let's have you guys go this way. I want you to protect that repair base. Oh, goody. Look. Ion cannon. Get him! Missile launcher, huh? Get him. Get him, Han. Oh, goody. Bombers. Get rid of these guys. I hate these guys. Anytime you have a bomber squadron that you have to face off, like whether it's the TIE bombers or these guys, the skip ray blast boats, I think they're called. Get out there and get them. Come on. Yeah, these are the skip rays. Whenever possible, you want to get rid of those guys because they will mess up anything you have. Of course, now Han's way out of position here. We have to help him. But they are taking out things. That's good. Again, I don't like having to rebuild my fleet, which it looks like I'm going to have to do anyways, because it's hard to keep these guys, restrained when they're seeing red here. Let's move you down here. These little, what do they call these things? Well, let's get rid of him. Kill him. All they're doing is sending in their squadrons right now. They're really not sending the big ships in. They've already lost one. They've got 4 more, I believe. We'll just go ahead and pick them off a little at a time, I guess. This dude, get out of here. We need to help him out a little bit here. Whoa, they're getting to our repair station. No good. Take him out, Han. I gotta give him some help here. Don't lose the repair station. Let's get rid of the other guy. Stay alive. Good. I could always replace it, but why? That's another 500 credits I'd have to spend. Yep, take him out. Where are their big ships? Uh-oh. They're the bombers. Get those skip rays out of here. There you are. About time you guys got into the fight. Uh-oh, they took out our repair base. You jerks. Go get them. I'm not going to try and replace that repair base if I can help it. I'm trying to hold on to some cash here. Let's see, we got 3 of them on the radar right now. Go ahead and start destroying some of them. I'm kind of out of position right now. I really need to get back down here. Tell him, Chewie. This guy's almost dead. Why don't you hold over here? There they go. Kind of figured this was going to happen. Once you start taking these big guys out, they don't want to have anything to do with us. Out of 5, we took out 3 of them. Nice. And we lost some A, B, X, and Ys. We could fix those. Easy peasy. We'll take them from Utapau because that's where we get the discount. So give me 1 each of those. I still like holding on to the X and Y wings as old reliables. You know what? Let's change that. bring him to Vergesso. Let's do you and you, you and you. So at this stage of the game, I like to have at least 1,500 credits in reserve. I've got 3,400 right now. I like to have at least 1,500 in reserve because I know Zon Consortium's probably going to do that stupid little corruption thing on one of my systems. So I have to have somebody ready to take it out quickly. Otherwise, they destroy one of our land units, and then I have to rebuild that. And if it's like a barracks, you're talking like 500 credits lost there. So rebuild the fleet here. The trick here is I'm going to have to step onto Iriadu at this point with this fleet and then try and make our move up to Sullust. We've got enough cash now. Let's go ahead and take a... Wait, what do we need? We don't have any Marauders. Let's get at least one of those done. Yep, good. Naboo can have a tier 5 base. I think I want to do that. I want to build them up a bit. Utapau's finally got their tier 5. Get you in position. Give me another one. We could steal a fleet here, and that's what we could do. Let's steal 1750. That's worth it. Now we're Tech 6. We didn't gain any new heroes, but we gained this one, which is the MC-30C frigate. For those who have never heard of this one before, this can fire torpedoes, but it's very kind of weak against some of the other stuff. We got to go ahead and get rid of this. And they're corrupting Naboo too, so we're going to want to take care of that. I usually don't build a lot of these things unless I have to. It has this little special attack where it sends out mines, but other than that, it's very difficult to work against. I like using the Mon Cal cruisers as like tanks and then use my bombers or whatever to shoot torpedoes at whatever I need, or use my ion cannons to kill them. Anyway, let's see. We need to build up more. Gonna want another Marauder, I think. The bigger the fleet I can build, keep coming after me. Let's go ahead and spend that. We're going to want more bombers. So I think another A-wing to even the numbers up. Definitely going to want to have more B-wings, I think. Give me a couple of those. X-wings are good. Do those. Nice. Utapau has a level 5 base. So that's a nice bulwark against anything coming in from Mandalore. I've got that going for me. So that's going to, when I look at that, it's capable of garrisoning a Nebulon frigate, which means it's launching those things out there nicely for us if we have to defend. All right, let's get you out of there. We got to help Tatooine as well. That'll be Yoda's job. Ah, you bum. You got... Ah! That's why. See, now that costs me 1,500 credits to replace the ion cannon. And in Tatooine, that's huge. He got to me really fast on that one. Crap. So now I got to save up for that. Iriadu has a tier 2 starbase. Oh, here they go again. Get over there. The corruption is terrible. I understand the mechanic, and it balances the game, So I don't want to throw it out or anything like that, but man, it sucks when you're just getting corrupted constantly. 1,500 credits every day. It delays your ability to build more units. It's really tough. One of these days, I want to play as the Zon Consortium and use it just to see if it's like a good credit swap. If it costs them 1,000 credits to do the corruption and 1,500 for us to get rid of it, then man, they're making 500 credits every time they do it. Before we forget, let's get that going. What do we got over here? I'm stealing credits, by the way. I use smugglers to siphon credits to give us a little extra cash. We're going to lose this one once we take over Iriadu, but using a smuggler isn't bad if you have a high credit planet, like say Bespin here. Um, if I built a smuggler right now, which I can do to show you, using Mon Mothma's discount, I get it at only 375. If I put him on Bespin now, he'll siphon 98 credits a day. So in 4 turns here, right, he'll pay for himself and continue to generate cash as long as Bespin stays corrupted. So it's a really slick little way of trying to get some cash under the table without a lot of risk. All right, we need what? We have most of what we need here, don't we? Could use another Corellian Corvette. We've got our Marauder cruisers. We have bombers. Let's get a couple more Ys and X, maybe? No, more Ys. A couple of those. And give me... Take a Nebulon B. Again, I want to go in with a decent-sized fleet, even though it's only a level 2. I like having overwhelming numbers to be able to just throw the... if it turns into a meat grinder approach, I like to be ready for that. I'm thinking one more bomber squadron each and one more X. So you, and you. That'll allow us to go ahead and torpedo their base. I feel like I still need a little bit more. I kind of want to get assault frigates, but I'll take the Nebulon Bs. Those are okay. I think I want one more of these. Wow, they shot their load here. They haven't done anything with corruption in a while. Let's just keep building this fleet bigger and bigger. We'll take over Iriadu and hopefully take Sullust next. Oh, here they come. I spoke too soon. There you are. Let's send you to Bespin, steal some credits every day. And now we've got him siphoning 98 credits per day. So that's, on a high credit planet like Bespin, that's good. It's really worth it. In 4 days, he'll, again, turn over what we're getting. I love how it gives you a breakdown. Smuggling, 193. That's all these smugglers doing their thing. Another corruption thing coming. That's fine. We've got 2 Nebulon B. Give me one more Nebulon B. Let's get rid of this corruption. Come on. Never keep your heroes at the edge bases like this one is. Like if a fleet comes in from Mandalore to attack Utapau, you don't want to have Obi-Wan hanging out there because you could lose him. The battle happens. It's very difficult to protect those hero units if they're in space and they're not supposed to be. You can either store them on the planet or you can get them out of there. All right, we've got 3 frigates, 3. Yeah, okay, let me save real quick. I feel like I've got enough here, but I kind of want to go a little more. Let's go little units of each. Again, I like having more. Having more options, always good. I think this will be enough. Once these guys finish up, we'll take Iriadu. And we want to plan our ground force assault, so we're going to get you ready. We'll get you ready. Mon Mothma can build a couple of these. Naboo, you know what? Let's get some tanks. Oh, let's get some speeders just for laughs. One of these is always good too. We're kind of gambling here because we're on an edge system with Tatooine. They could get invaded anytime here, so I got to be very careful. I'm going to put you guys in Vergesso, I think. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm still waiting on the tank. All right, you guys are ready. I think we're going to get you launched without thinking about anything else here. Oh, by the way, this little yellow star you see on these units, that means they're stealthy. They can raid, and they can bypass the space defenses. Very handy if you want to do like quick, easy raids. Let's throw Yoda over here too. Heck, throw Ben over there for now. It's kind of risky here, throwing all our eggs in one basket, but I like it. Uh-oh, Hoth. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted. Well, the bombers are no good. We do have ion cannon and a level 3 station, so we got a chance of beating these guys back. We'll see. We might lose this. 9 Star Destroyers is quite a bit. We're going to invest heavily, upgrade our fighters. They're coming from over here. So we're going to want to quickly take out their Star Destroyers. We're only going to get Corellian corvettes out of this. We're not going to get Nebulon B frigates. So that's out. Where are they? There you are. Take out their shields. They have a lot of bomber wings. That's what I'm worried about. You want to take them out fast. There's just a lot of them. Oh, here they come. Get them, get them. Just shoot them all. Let's see. Your shields are almost down. Yeah, let's pop you right here. Get rid of him. Now, you know what? Take those guys out. Tactically speaking, what you want to do when you're fighting these guys, I usually go after the shield generators first. Then I try to take out their hangars or engines. Now, the reason why you want to take out the hangar is because each of these Star Destroyers launches squadrons. So if you could take them out so that they aren't launching bomber squadrons at you, you're ahead of the game. So shields, ideally hangar next, and then, engines so you can keep them in one spot, and then your space station could just blast away at them. We're not doing terrible here. We might be able to survive this. There goes one hangar. They have 9 of these little Victory class cruisers. Oh boy. Space station's taking a battering here. We got to take a few of these out. Oh, and the missiles are another problem too. We got to take them out. Send a squadron there. I don't want to repair these little hard points unless I have a ton of money. All these guys are almost dead here. So we're about ready to take out 3 of them. We just took out 1. We want to inflict heavy damage on these guys if we can, so that way if they do take the base, they're going to pay for it. Come on. There you go. There you go. Those missile launchers are killing us right now, but the shields are back up, which is good. We'll zap him with the ion cannon. How's that? And we got X-Wings going after him. Send you down here. Ion cannons are a lifesaver, man, because that allows your X-Wings to actually be able to take down Star Destroyers. This dude needs to get down. Oh, great. Another one. I want to take out the missile guys here. There's one sneaking over here. I want to take this guy out. I know these guys are closer, but I want to at least take one of those missile launchers out. Ah, we lost some more. This is why tier 3 space stations aren't the greatest. Take them out. As long as my shield generator and my hangar hold up, you can usually stick it out and win the fight. Now we can hit this guy. Now our weapons do damage against him. We just lost our cruiser there. Frustrating. You guys, get in the fight. What are you doing? Get over here. All right, you guys hit the bombers. All we gotta do is keep the space station alive. And we're gonna be in good shape. Oh yeah, get him. Get rid of this. Stay alive, guys. Stay alive. Kill the bombers. X-Wings, just go do something. Take something out, please. Uh-oh. That needs repair. Hangar, you need a repair. And this guy right here. Hit him. Yeah, I know where this one's going. This is silly. I don't know why he's doing this. Bringing the missile guy here, this broadside cruiser, right up close to the space station. That makes no sense. You want to keep those at range. These are your Marauder cruisers here. You want to keep those far away from they're your artillery basically in space. So I don't know why they do that. It's a silly maneuver. Maybe it's the Holdo maneuver of this game. Who knows? They are bombing away at our base, though. We got to take this out. I think we're about to lose that proton torpedo launcher. We have 3 about ready to fall. They don't have too many more Star Destroyers, I know that. Most of their hangar bays are gone, so I don't know what they're firing with anymore. This one here. Hit this guy. Darn missile launcher is still out there. Go get him. We've pretty much defanged these guys. It's just a matter of mopping up now. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, you. Take out that Star Destroyer already. Come on. My gosh. He's still alive. Oops, you lost your shields. Too bad. Still around, eh? Perfect. Didn't really cost us anything. And they lost a bunch of stuff. So now, let's bring you guys up to here. Save this game. And let's make the battle for Iriadu. Looks like they got a hero unit over there. Ooh, but they don't have a whole lot to defend with. That's nice to see. Cool. Let's do this. It's only a level 2 space station. So I like our chances here. So I like to cull all my squadrons over to the back of the formation to start. Let my tanky ships kind of hold the line a little bit. Let's put you on 4, put you on 3. Make sure all my hotkeying is good. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll do a hotkey for either the bombers or the Marauder cruiser or something. We'll bring the Han in to probe defenses, see what they got, which won't be a whole lot here, but they do have bombers, of course, the skip ray blast boats. Another tip that might help people when you're playing this, sometimes the angle at which you approach a station matters. Like, I've had situations where I've launched Marauder cruisers straight on against a starbase like this, and no matter how often I pound it, and just if nothing else is attacking me, I'll have like Marauder cruisers just beating away at this thing. But if it's trying to hit a hard point over here and they're attacking from say this angle up where the planet is, for some reason the missiles never make it. It just they hit the building, but nothing ever gets damaged. So sometimes you have to either reposition so that it can hit the hard point, or just use another tactic. Um, just to be aware of that. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send the bombers on the hangar. Get rid of that first. And then we can work on the shield generators. I'm going to send you guys in. I'm going to send the A-wings in here. And we're going to try and bring all the fighters over here. Let's get them up over there. You're going to be group 5. So the idea is to have the A-wings lure them away. Han will cover the bomber's approach. Let the bombers go straight after the hangar. You take out the hangar, no more squadrons coming in, no more reinforcements for them. And then you can just take your time banging away at the shield generator and everything else. All right, so now you got these guys. Let's go ahead and lure them out. Yep, get them busy, Han. You guys, come on in. Let's go. Oh, not you guys. Go. Take out that hangar. Yeah, take these guys out. Keep them busy, Han. Keep them busy. Yeah, take out these bombers. These skip rays actually can do damage against our bombers as well, so we want to keep a sharp eye on them. Nice. They already launched a torpedo run at them. That's good. But Han is in trouble. Get out of there. Go, Han. Go. Get the heck out. Retreat. All right. Hangar is gone. Go after the shield generator next. We're going to lose those. It's fine. Go, Han. Get out of there. We don't have a repair base, but that's okay. He's done his job. We can use everybody else now. Beautiful. Look at that. Reinforcements. Give me 2 more B wings, 2 more Y wings. And let's throw another Marauder cruiser in there. I'll have you guys go down this way, I think. Yep. You are going to move over here. Let's bring Home 1 into the play. Now we're going to send these bombers out after the shield generator. Actually, I don't know if I want to move them in just yet. I feel like I want to take one of you guys. Have you wreak some havoc. Take out some of their fighters. In fact, this whole group, you'll do just fine. Come up over here. See, this is what I want. I want this group here to start taking out some of these little ships. Go get the bombers. Let's get rid of these guys. And now we can send you guys in. Before we do that, I think we're going to try and do this. Let's take you guys, bring you down low. We're about to lose that frigate, but that's okay. Nice. Now they got no more ships. Let's try and save some ships a little bit here. Retreat those guys back. You. Send the bombers in. We'll send Home 1 in on an aggressive run. The mass drivers, man, those are killer. So let's take those out. All right, so this time it's working. The Marauder missiles are hitting the shield generator. They're a little wonky in how they're firing, but they're getting there. Let's have you guys bomb the proton torpedo launcher. Hit that thing. Oh yeah. Feels good to destroy one of the enemy space stations. It really does. I like the B-wings, man. They can actually shoot lasers instead of the Y-wings with just the silly torpedo runs. I believe B-wings, they can lock S-foils for increasing speed too. All right. We're getting close on time here, so what I want to do is try to make the raid on Iriadu, and then I'll call it. So we lost some squadrons. Yeah, we can pick those up. No problem. We'll start that right now. Let's take our raid unit here. No one's corrupted yet. Let's go ahead and drag you straight down. Ooh, I don't know what that hero unit is. That's one of their hero units. I forget what they do, but they're pretty bad. We're going to have to use Luke on this one, I think. Oh, good. We have a nice 10 here for reinforcements, so we're bringing in everybody. Luke, let's Plex Troopers, Yoda, Obi-Wan. I don't know if we need Han yet. Let's bring in tanks in there. Oh, and let's bring Garmbel Imblis in there with his mega tank here. There's Luke. Four. Yoda will be number 2. And we've got bomber support, so there's that too. This thing, he has the Gargantuan. Just think of it as a gigantic tank with massive cannons and stuff. And we can load these guys all on board. So life is good. You guys are just going to hang out here and hold this place. I could send the tanks out to search for things, but I feel like I'd just rather do this. Garrison these guys. We'll have our heroes go and win the day here. I love Luke and the Return of the Jedi look here like this. Oh, there's somebody. Where are you? I hear the cackling of that witch, whatever she is. So Luke's got the ability to throw his lightsaber, which you see him do automatically, and he has the ability to also do a force cloak. The force cloak allows him to hide from the enemy, so it's great if he needs to get away real quick, you know. Yoda, I don't know what we're gonna do with you. I could cheat and use the force sight ability, but I'd really rather not do that. Get him! Throw that lightsaber. Yoda, do that. Where is she? I hear her cackling. Oh, great. Get him, Yoda. I should be using Obi-Wan more because he auto heals. Get him. These guys run fast. Careful. Don't. No more bunkers, please. No more. Find build pads. I want build pads. Give me a build pad, for crying out loud. Where the heck are they all? Another one. Look at this. They are bunkered up everywhere. Oh, a Rancor. That's what she can do, huh? Well, let's stay away from you. She's the only one that's left here. Is that her? Nope. We have their Bacta thing, though. I wish I could turn that over to our side, but we can't. Destroy this thing. That's fine. Fly by that. We'll take care of these guys later. Very good. Back to heal. I haven't even used the tank yet. How do we go get him out? While our Jedi rest up a bit. Here we go. Take care, Foxfire. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll be logging off shortly here. I'm going to have the tank kick some butt here. Call it a night. Not sure what I'm going to do for the next session here, for the next stream. Been doing a lot of Star Wars lately. I'm trying to see if I can branch away from that. Yeah, pound that thing, please. Good. Oh, they've got this, huh? Good. Look at all the guns this thing has, man. When you have it manned by troops as well that you can garrison and ungarrison. Yeah, we took her out. These guys run so fast, man. Oh, take that thing out. In fact, you know what? Bomber. Go heal. I think at this point we might just use the tanks. There does come a point in this game when you play it like the way I'm playing it, where you go from one planet to try and take over the whole galaxy. There comes a point, a tipping point, where you're like, no matter what they throw at us, we've got everything we need to beat them and just take over every single planet. Yoda, go take him out, man. Come on, dude. I'm gonna send the tanks out to go ahead and do their thing. Go find the enemy and kill him. I don't care if I have to replace you guys. Because it gets to the point where you like, if you build up enough of a fleet, no matter what the AI throws at you, like chill out, Yoda. Jeez, Louise. No matter what the AI throws at you on medium level, it gets to a point where like they'd have to throw a lot of resources at you, and chances are you've got the advantage. So what else we got out here? Still more stuff to bomb. Oh, let's just bomb this thing. Bye-byes. She's some sort of a Dathomir witch or something, I think. I don't know. She didn't seem like she was that bad, really, for us. Defilers and Merc Assault squads, yeah. They weren't really heavily armored here. Alright, quickly build a space base here. Throw our troops in here. Give me a land barracks here. Put Han back where he belongs. Put the tanks back where they belong. Get everybody out of there. And we'll just make more troops for our ground assault. Yep, get you guys there. All I'm doing now is housekeeping here. I just want to separate guys out a little bit. Luke's going to be my ground force. I don't usually use him to do things like clean up corruption, so we'll leave them there. Get on the eye. I'm not even moving Mon Mothma at this point. I just want to get this built. So right now we've got 5 and 6. Need another Y-wing. There you are. We could use at least, what, 3 more A-wings. That looks good. We're going to move you over to here, I think. Oh, yeah, you got the discount. Take it. Get up to level 3 fast, man. That's beautiful. Now Sullust is in range. And it's not protected at all. Holy cow. 1. I question whether that the AI is actually doing anything here. They've only got a level 1 base there. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I think they got one major... They have a hero there. I don't want to mess with this, honestly. Auto-resolve it. Heck with it. We'll lose it. I'm fine with that. We'll save it here. That's fine. Call it number 11. So, as we leave it here, we're going to have 2 places to clean up corruption. We have a fleet. We can go in and easily take these guys out after the fact, I think, which I will probably do now. I'll swing these guys in the next fight I do. hopefully we can intercept their ground forces from getting here first, take out their space fleet, intercept their ground fleet as they come in, blow them away, keep Tatooine, and then, of course, clean up corruption down here. We still have a lot of credits. Iriadu's got a nice tier 3 starbase coming with an ion cannon. We can eventually build up some credit farms there. So we're still in good shape. We did what we wanted to do. We just have to go back and clean up Tatooine if we really want to, which I think I do, and clean these other runs up, and then we'll make our launch. We'll launch our assault on Sullust. That's going to be the one right there. We take Sullust, get it to tier 5, we get Mon Calamari cruisers, and that's what I'm dropping all the way around the game here. So anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. 21st Century Jedi reminding you, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, fins up, bubbles up, as always. Hopefully see you guys Sunday evening. Not sure what the game's going to be. I might switch it up a little bit. I might just go old school Commodore. I might just do something like get back to some of the old stuff, whether it's Pool of Radiance, maybe Privateer, maybe. Not sure. I feel like changing it up a little bit, going back to the old stuff. Probably not going to be a Star Wars game, I don't think. As much as I enjoy these things, don't get me wrong, I really would like to get more variety in this. So look for something old school, probably from the 80s, as I'll try and beat the Sunday night blues. So take care of yourselves, guys. Hope you have a great weekend, and talk to you Sunday. Take care.